All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. The video is not going to be a video today. It's going to be an audio. So sorry about that. Probably going to be like that for Wednesday's personal development tip as well. But it is MLM Monday. It's time for another network marketing tip. And this one is all about what true posture looks like in our profession. Because we talk about having sales posture, but the new network marketer or even the seasoned network marketer, many of them, they either have too much posture or they have too little posture. I'm going to talk about what true posture looks like. Now, before I get into the content, if you get value from my videos or my blogs, or I guess at this point my audios, my channel, everything like that, my content, then I invite you to do something real simple. I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. It's a super easy way, and it's a simple way for you to support my blog and my channel, and it's absolutely free for you. So let's talk about having the proper amount of sales posture. And ultimately, it's, when someone first starts, especially when I first started in this profession, I didn't have enough sales posture. I would kind of ask someone, say, well, I got this business. You don't want to have a look at it, do you? I was too timid. I wasn't acting like a leader, and a lot of people wouldn't even look. I mean, maybe they might look as a favor, then they kind of let me down gently and say, well, Kenny, it's just not for me. And I'd say, oh, okay, well, thanks for looking. Maybe you'll change your mind in the future. And so there's this shyness that comes along, and most people, they're just not going to join you if, you look like, no one wants to, people want to join leaders. No one wants to join someone that isn't sure. They want to put money, hundreds of dollars or maybe thousands of dollars into a project, and the guy that's showing them isn't even sure if it's even going to work. And so that's where many network marketers start, and I started there. And actually, because I started there, it took me like 9 months before I got paid anything in the profession. And so before I made my first dollar, it was 9 months into the profession. So I had some growing pains, but then I got into where I had too much posture. I was using a lot of hype, and even if the hype was real, it still makes you look desperate. You say things like, oh, this is ground floor, or save your spot. This is easy. Anyone can do this. We got a clinically proven product that's invented by Dr. So-and-so that, he teaches at this prestigious university. He was about to win a Nobel Prize. All that stuff, with when you say it with a lot of hype, it's too much posture. A lot of people are driven away from that. It makes you look desperate. And the worst part is that the person that is, laying the hype down, that has too much posture, they don't even know that they look desperate. And then after they kind of they get rejected, they get a little bit hostile and say, well, this isn't a good fit for you. If you don't do this, then you're going to be in a job for the rest of your life, and job sucks. And so they kind of make the other person feel bad, or they try to make the other person feel bad, which is no way to try and recruit anyone. I mean, it's just not going to work. And so ultimately, having just the right amount of posture is all about not being addicted to the outcome and realizing that there's some people that you want on your team and other peoples that you don't want on your team. And for the peoples that you don't want on your team, you don't have to tell them that you don't want them. It's kind of like, actually, there's an example of Yoda and Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back. I know it's an old movie, right? But it's a super awesome movie. But Luke, he wanted to use the Force, and he was searching for Master Yoda, and he meets this little green character. And it is Yoda, but Luke just doesn't know it yet. And Yoda puts him to a test. And, he makes him follow him around, tests his patience, feeds him this weird gruel, he invites him into his little hut. And eventually, Yoda, he gets fed up, and he says something like, I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience. He is not ready. A Jedi must have the deepest commitment and the most serious mind. You see, Yoda, he was saying that to himself and actually to Obi-Wan, but Yoda, he wasn't trying to convince Luke and say, hey, listen, buddy, you got to learn the Force, because if you don't learn the Force, you're going to get killed by Vader. You got to learn the Force so you can get your ship out of the ground. And, if those of you see the movie, you understand. He didn't beg Luke or try and convince Luke to use the Force. And when Luke wasn't the right person, he didn't insult him or anything. He just said, you know what, this isn't the right guy, moved on to the next person. And that's what true posture is all about. True posture is all about knowing when to walk away from the wrong people. All right? It's not about trying to convince them that they're wrong. It's just knowing when to walk away. And when you do have that sort of posture, when you are able to walk away, people are just kind of attracted to you more. They're almost expecting you to dance for them a little bit. They're almost expecting you to kind of argue back. And when you don't argue back, they're thinking, oh, wow, maybe this guy has something here. You say something like, you know what? Someone says something like, this costs too much. And someone that says this costs too much is someone that's indicating to you that they don't want to join your business. They don't want to invest into their future. And you wouldn't want someone like that on your team. However, the new network marketer might say, well, you know what? It doesn't cost that much. And besides, it's really easy. You could save your spot now and you're going to get your money back real soon. And they try and convince them still, but that's not a person that you even want on your team. So why convince them? And so the postured network marketer, the one who has too much, he'll say, well, if you think this is too much, then you know what, you don't deserve to own a business and you don't have the right mindset anyway. But then the one that has posture is just right. He'll say something like, you know what, sounds like it's not a good fit. I appreciate your time. And then you just kind of move on to the next person. That's all you do. That's what true posture looks like in this profession. It's not trying to convince anyone, and certainly not trying to convince the wrong people to join. And it's also coming across with some confidence that people want to follow. And don't be afraid to shut someone down. Well, not shut someone down, but don't be afraid to reject someone if they're just not a good fit. If they say this costs too much, or this looks like a lot of work, or anything like that, or this looks like a scam or whatever, you don't want that person on your team. If you ever convince someone like that to join your team, they probably won't work hard. They'll probably waste your time and they'll probably end up quitting anyway. So you're going to waste a lot of time and energy on them. You don't want them on your team. Politely dismiss them. And that's what true posture looks like. So I trust you got some great value out of this. I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Also, if you want to see more videos like this, go over to my blog. It's kennysantos.com. You're going to even put your name and email in. You're going to get an awesome audio in growing your business. Now remember this, every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We only got to do two things about that. We get to recognize those miracles. And then of course, we get to accept those miracles. All right, take care and create a great day.